There is one problem that every organization will face sooner or later. This is the problem of the IT obsolescence. Systems that we are using day to day are getting old with the time, and suddenly we realize that actually there are many systems which are out of the support. And then we need to do something. In the parliament several years ago, we started to do this something. And I'll show you how it went, at least at the beginning. Please watch attentively.
Trouble at mill.
Oh, no. What sort of trouble?
One on crossbeam's gone out askew on treadle.
Pardon?
One on crossbeam's gone out askew on treadle.
I don't understand what you're saying.
One of the crossbeams has gone out askew on the treadle.
What on earth does that mean?
I don't know. Mr. Wentworth just told me to come in here and say that there was trouble at the mill, that's all. I didn't expect a kind of Spanish Inquisition. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
This is how it started. Well, not 100 years ago and not in a mill, but this is what happened 4 years ago in the parliament. I got an RFC to get rid of the Cold Fusion MX platform. And then the reaction was, I don't understand what you're saying. Does this sound familiar? Well, that's because nobody expects the decommissioning requests. We are so used to put new things in the production, we are so used to talk about innovation that we actually forget that everything that we put in the IT landscape, it gets old. You know about the mainstream support, it knows that it slowly turns into extended support, that we pay more and we receive less, and that at the end we have no support. And this is what some of the project managers were knowing that it comes. And the things which are not dealing day to day and not directly with the technologies, they don't really understand what the fuss is about. But then there is a time when there is a dedicated team needed who shall look on the wall that we are slowly approaching. I'm not working in a mill, and I'm not the Spanish Inquisition. What I can tell you is that fighting the technical debt is difficult. And it's as difficult as trying to kick out an elephant out from a room. And this is what I'm going to talk about. Not about technical debt, but about kicking out elephants out from the room. My name is Todor Todorov, and I work in the unit for evolution and maintenance of existing applications. So, kicking out an elephant out from a room starts from first acknowledge that there is elephant and it needs to be kicked out. Then you need to kick them out, and then you need to keep them out. This is what I'm going to show you in the next slides. So first, what are the challenges in acknowledging there are elephants? Well, I already showed you this video, but actually when you face the elephants, you need to recognize them. So first, we have the zombie elephants. Those are elephants that actually we think they are dead. They are not here for around years, and then suddenly they come out, and they are still draining resources. Another type is the orphans. They are elephants that actually, there are systems that a lot of people are using every day, but actually there is no business owner behind them. There is no one that the IT managers can ask, can we invest now several hundred thousands of euro just to upgrade the underlying platform, and then there is no one who actually can make the decision. Another type is the zombie orphans. Well, you can think that this is even worse, but actually this is your quick wins. Because the zombie orphans are actually not used. People think that they are not actually around. But in fact, they're still there. And still there is nobody to make the decision that they should go away. And I'll give you one story from the obsolescence program. I called the local system administrator in another DG and I asked him kindly, could you please shut down those 4 SharePoint servers because it seems nobody is using them and they're just there? Do you know what was the reaction? I was surprised. The reaction was, oh my God, I'm so thankful to you for this call. Actually, I'm working for 4 years in the unit, and we don't know why we are keeping those servers. However, with the quick wins, we have also other things, and this is the worst of them all. You can have pyramid made of elephants. I'll give you just one example. File share server, running on obsolete operating system, running on obsolete hardware, integrated with obsolete database, it alone running on obsolete operating system and hardware. And they're all integrated by the Samba 1 protocol, which is totally incompatible with Windows 10. Welcome to our world. So, those are the types of elephants that you will meet in your IT landscape, but the real challenge is actually when you start to talk about them. And then you realize that actually those elephants are there because it's not that easy just to ask them politely to go out of the room. You need to do something. And then you decide that actually this week there is something more urgent, so probably next month we will do, but yeah, next month we have those releases, and definitely next year, well, after the elections. Those are the challenges. I'm going to tell you how to enable kicking them out. One message to the senior management. The elephants take space. They take the space that we need for innovation. You cannot just have a new interface on the mobile phone if the legacy system is 30 years old. You just can't. And what is even worse than that, they then make troubles. So, first, if you don't make space for the elephants in your strategy, then they will take the space in your IT landscape. But what is even worse is that they will not be just passively staying there, occupying the space you need for something else. They will make troubles. 2 months ago, the German parliament had an IT outage which was caused just by an obsolete software component. So, if you are now convinced that you need to kick out the elephants, this is what you need to do. First, get a hunting license. Second, earmark your elephants. And the third thing, limit the hunting season. What does this mean? I'm showing you the hunting group of the European Parliament. So, we have a steering committee, which consists of director and 4 head of units. Those people are 3 levels above me in the hierarchical organization. But I'm able to send them an email and to ask them for a quick decision to be made. However, even better, I asked for a mandate that I can make delegated decisions. So when a decision is needed from project manager, I just make this decision, I register it, and I tell the project manager, you can go. And then I report on the next steering committee meeting, which is every 2 months. I report all delegated decisions, and if the steering committee decides, they can decide to roll back the decision, to reject it. And until now, it never happened, because I make the decisions that are good for the program. But I'm not the most important person in this hunting group. We have a program support which is actually a master hunter, fully dedicated to this. So actually we have a person who is working full-time to check all the catalogs, all the applications, all the lists that needs to go on. Then we have coordinator for decommissioning, who is actually looking not only from the technical obsolescence point of view, but also from functional point of view. Because some systems, they run on not that obsolete, not that old systems, but still they don't make sense, and they need also to go on. Finally, we have the most important hunter, and this is actually this guy, infrastructure obsolescence manager. This is the guy that will take the body of the elephant out from the savannah and put him in the paradise. If you don't have this guy, actually you have a lot of bodies of elephants around, and they will still be running around. So don't underestimate this person. Then, earmark your elephants. Earmark your elephants and just start. This is how we did it in 2015. We just selected the technologies that need to go on. We didn't know how long it will take. We knew that it will be long, but we just started. Because if you don't start, you not finish. But then, when you are good enough with your idea how long it will take, what is your schedule, put a deadline. So limit your hunting season and say, we need to finish at a certain point. In January 2017, we have put the deadline to 30th of November 2018, 6 o'clock in the afternoon. This is next Friday, and it is happening. But this is not the end, because if you kick out the elephants, you can still have them coming back. And to prevent them coming back, what we have done is this. I'm not going to talk to you about this. This is the technology clock of the Parliament. Please visit our stand number 2, and you receive your personal copy and explanations what it's about. Why we need this? Because considering the technology clock, the business map that was presented 2 years ago in DIGITEC, again, considering all the costs that we give for maintenance and the application portfolio that we have, we can prepare all the ideas, we can prepare the IT budget for the next years and to know in what applications, in what standards, in what technologies we need to invest besides the functional things that we need to deliver for the business. Please remember that after the mainstream support and extended support, there is no support. In terms of elephants, this means that with the extended support already, you have a cute baby elephant. And for not for too much time, it will grow and will become a big elephant that is very difficult to kick out from the room. So, I'll give you just one example. Oracle 18c. Do you use Oracle 18c in your team, in your unit? Please raise your hand if you use Oracle 18c. One person? Okay, that's good. Good for you. No, you work for the Parliament. I know you didn't. No. What you see here is an example of Oracle 18c. 8 years. 8 years is the support life cycle for Oracle 18c. It started already in March 2017. This is 96 months. You see a box for every month. And you may think that 8 years are a long time, but actually we are already here. At the end of 2019, we are halfway to our baby elephant. So there is not too much time. And the last thing that I want to tell you about kicking out elephants is this one.
That's a job for all of us. And because there's not that many boxes on there, it's a job that should probably start today. Well, maybe not today, but you know, sometime soon. Thank you.
Who will ask the first question? I guess this is no questions then. Thank you very much for your time. I'm sorry, there is one question.
Could you share with us what have you learned so far? What were maybe the biggest challenges apart from the ones, like specific example of challenges you found on the way, and what you've learned? What would you change compared with the idea you had at the beginning and what you have now?
Yeah, thank you. That's one thing that I actually mentioned. So I definitely underestimated the importance of the colleagues from the data center to be onboarded early in the project. What happened is that at the beginning we worked with the application responsible, so we had to prepare to change the applications. But once we were ready to get rid of the applications, actually we really spammed the colleagues from operations with a lot of requests for decommissioning. And then we realized we need to coordinate this better. So this is why we also introduced the role of the coordinator for obsolescence from our side. So all those tickets that arrive to them, they can be managed in a better way. So this is definitely one thing that I would change. Yes?
Hi, Todor. First of all, thank you for a very entertaining presentation. I really enjoyed it. One of the questions I would ask is, what have you learned about the future? Because you show the example of Oracle 18.2 or whatever it is, and you highlight that there is a lifetime of 8 years. But that's just one application. What framework can you see going into place to manage that for an organisation rather than on an application by application basis?
My answer is actually in the technology clock. So actually this is what we propose for technologies, how technologies can be considered in 2020 in the Parliament, so from 2 years now. This is the early proposal that was just printed and shared with, well, it's not even yet shared with all the colleagues for technical reasons. But by February 2019 we will expect their feedback, and we are already talking what technologies shall be used in 2020 so we can prepare the IT budget. So the answer is there. Thank you.